The Gators about to play the #1 team in the country for a chance to be #1 in the national championship big dance, and Florida's 3 NFL teams' fortunes gone in different directions. All of that on Game Face this week with our great friend Gary Fineout, the sports addict. Okay, Gary, let's go with those Gators. Chop, chop, chop. They take apart FSU, and the game we've all been waiting for is teed up now.
Yes, it is, and let me tell you this right now. Alabama will lose. They cannot stop this team. I don't know who can stop this team. What I've watched the last few weeks is just short of amazing.
Well, but Gary, Alabama is #1, one of the top-rated defenses in all the country.
They haven't faced anything like this. I mean, if you watch them for the last 2 months, they have been unstoppable. They can run it well. They have amazingly lightning quick wide receivers, their return game. The only question is how's Harvin going to be for that game? That's the only question mark.
Well, Tebow probably not going to win the Heisman this year, but he actually doesn't care. He wants a national championship.
Well, he's actually, in some ways, you can say this is a much better year because he only is doing what it takes to win. And, of course, they've been winning really, really big.
But the last handful of games, Tebow has been Mr. Wonderful. He's been Heisman-like.
Wonderful. He has been Heisman-like. If they had that, he was very workmanlike in the first month of the season, and that's the only reason his stats are stellar. If you've looked at what's happened in the last few weeks, he has actually outplayed all those Big South quarterbacks.
And Urban Meyer's stock continues to rise. Just a brilliant offensive mind, a great coach. The players love him, and so do the fans.
Well, without a doubt, and the thing about it is that he has so much speed that when he puts people in that spread offense, you can try to double on somebody, and somebody else is just going to burn you. And that's why I think Alabama has not faced an offense like this, and that's why I think they're going down.
And Gary, in our lighthearted holiday season, okay, we've got a penalty flag. We've held it in abeyance for a little while, all the way from the northern part of the state where the Gators live. Let me toss this penalty flag all the way to Miami, and it's in your face, Nick Saban, known to Miami Dolphins fans as Nick Satan, for abandoning that NFL team after doing a lousy job.
Let's hope that he gets his comeuppance that he so richly, richly deserves.
Well, Alabama is #1. Many people say Saban will be Coach of the Year. No question, he's a great college coach, but he left the Dolphins in the lurch. He's done great for the Crimson Tide, but I predict, just like you, Gary, the Gators will stomp on Saban's head and roll Tide. I don't think so. Not in the swamp. And Atlanta, the Georgia Dome will be the swamp. Moving to the NFL very quickly, Dolphins surprising everyone, 7-5. If they win out, they win their division. Incredible. From worst to first, it's a real possibility.
The Dolphins have looked really, really good this year. And, it's just like what you say. 1 week it's the running attack. The next week it's Pennington. Sometimes it's the defense. And even though they have, like, a couple of the games have come down to the final seconds, they're still finding a way to win. You just have to love the attitude, the fact that they don't think they're ever out of a game.
And last year they're losing games like that, lost maybe 6-7 games by 6 points or less. This year they're winning most of those games.
It's the big tuna. It's the new coach. It's everything. And I don't think, we should not underestimate the fact that Chad Pennington has really helped this team.
And Sparano's a coach these players love. Let's move to Jacksonville very briefly. Disappointing year. They're not going to make it to the playoffs. That's an absolute.
Extremely disappointing year. And I think the big question going into the offseason is what's going to happen to a potential Hall of Famer, Fred Taylor? Is he going to finish his career in Jacksonville? And is Jack Del Rio going to be kept around?
Okay, and very briefly, Tampa Bay Bucks surprising everyone, and they're in front in their division.
This coming Monday night, big game against Carolina. The winner will definitely be in the playoffs and definitely set their own plate for the next month to come. The Bucks, once again, another team winning in the closing seconds last week. They're getting it done.
Okay, and fans, you have a chance to win 2 tickets on the 50-yard line of the BCS championship game, where we're expecting the Florida Gators will be playing in Miami. Go to flsportsfan.com and sign up for your free chance to win 2 tickets on the 50. Gary, I hope all your teams win this weekend, but it's kind of a go Gator time in the SEC championship. Thank you, our good friend Gary Fineout, the sports addict. A last word?
Gators, chomp, chomp, chomp.
Well
Going
said.
down, Nick.
Let's do it. Bi-coastal. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let your teams win. See you next week on Game Face on flsportsfan.com.